It would help if I turn my video on, wouldn't it? What a day, what a day, what a day. What a day, what a day, what a day, what a mighty good day. Everybody, mighty good day. That's what I'm gonna call it. As woo. Okay. This is a good one. Because I was already directed by spirit to do it a whole totally different way. And so what I'm going to do is, they said to start off with the wisdom card as the focus, for this one. And so what I'm going to do is, the never ending story, for this one. So never ending story. This is the overall energies that the spirit and source wants us to pay attention to as far as that. Understanding how some of us is weary and tired. That's interesting. I had gotten this feeling when I was doing the channel message about somebody's on the downbeat. Was very important for us to kind of understand that I meant to be on earlier. So I was like, okay, before somebody else gets on with the day, I was like, let me come on here and do this. So we understand, but when it comes to this love thing, it's time. Okay, it's time for us to start this love thing, and we feel like the beginning of the soap opera said, like the sands of the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. And so that's very important of understanding that a lot of us, while we feel like we're on this never ending story, we're feeling like the time for love is now. And this is very important because, again, we're feeling as if like the sands are kind of pouring out and running out in our mind. We're not going by what divine timing is saying. This is according to our own timing that we're saying that it's running out. So now let's kind of look and get a finger on the pulse as far as what's actually going on as far as the energies for the divine feminine, clear, and the energies for the divine masculine. Whoa, two of them came out. Whoa, yeah. Okie dokie. Let us see, let us see, let us see. Okay, I'll do it afterwards. It's still on that one. Okay, protective, that stuff. Okay. All right. Hey! Hi, Daisy! How you doing? Okie dokie. So, all right then. So if it's just whatever that's coming on, that's fine because I came on. So here we got the Seven of Wands. So the divine feminine, in order for you, as far as this having this idea of saying that you're feeling it's a never-ending story. That's your overall feeling again. You're feeling this if there's some action, but this seems like to you, you feel like it's some action that's coming like towards you. And then you got this cobra here, which is like a protection, spirit protection, as well. And you feeling like you like a person like I gotta stop, like the Matrix. All these different actions that's coming to us, and you know what? This picks up on the Gemini moon energies. I mean, not the Sagittarius moon energies, and with the Gemini influence because we're in that Gemini period right now, which is having the understanding that we've got to kind of bring all those actions and we got to kind of bring them all come together. Like I say, come together right now over me. So you got to kind of bring all of these actions together. And bring it together to make this one central focus because you kind of, to me, when I'm looking at this, although this is not the Seven of Cups, but to me, it looks like you got a lot of options as far as which ways you can go. I'm hearing saying like which way is up. So, and you got to be kind of really like, okay, stop. Let me kind of stop. Take a look and listen. Ice, baby. I'm feeling like what's his name? Vanilla Ice. We gotta kind of like get back to it, become very vanilla-ish with how we're doing vanilla. You know, I think about what was it, 50 Shades of Grey's, like what kind of type of sex you want to have, vanilla sex, which means we gotta go back to like the basics of things. Okay. Next thing, when we talk about the divine masculine energies here, we got the spades. Okay. So to me, when I look at this for this four spades here, it's telling me again about our actions as far as understanding that. To me, when I look at this, it's always like telling me there's another option. Like you might think it's the door, divine masculine, as far as this never ending story, but they're saying, you know, if you can't find any other exits, it's always the window. And that might be the action that you have to take because I'm feeling that with the divine masculine, you're feeling like it's only one way to get out. But they're saying there's more. It's like there's more ways to skin a cat, and they're telling you there's other options that divine masculine that you're not really looking at and seeing. Okay. Next thing, but you got to put a depth to something about these actions. Whatever kind of actions that you're taking, swords is conflict. I'm sorry. I'll keep on saying actions. It was actions for the divine feminine, but it's swords here, which means there's a conflict in the way you're thinking. But I guess spirit is saying, I want you to take some type of action. And that's very important. So in order for you to be able to do that, because you got some walls up, but they saying through those walls or those boundaries, or maybe it could be what you call concrete. I think because somebody was saying, what was I watching the other day, and it was saying that divine Jupiter 1111 saying there's difference between your standards. To me, it looked like it's like you got some high standards. It's like, this is the wall. You can't go through it. You done put some things that won't let people in. You done limit some people to come in and out. And they're saying this is a conflict. And right now you need to, in dealing with those conflicts of how you're thinking, you need to look at other options. You might have to use the window to get out of what you're doing, whatever the situation that you're in. You might have to use the window to get out of divine masculine energies. And they're saying also with this conflict of two ideas, ideologies, and concepts and stuff, you're going to have to put an end to it. You're going to have to put a death to it. Okay, this has got to end. This is like a coffin, cophagus as well. Like I think about like Egyptian things. And for me to think about Egyptian, some tells me you're going to have to put something to the end of the past, because why I came up with that Egyptian thought there, I'm thinking about like the past, something that Egyptians and has been the architects of things, and how you foundationally have built from there, and you thought in some ways that was a way of I can go off from that point. I can build from that ideology. And so it's like it's really saying like, no, you need to find another way. So divine masculines, in order for you to have this never end. So let's do a recap. Divine feminines, in order for you to have this never ending story, all these actions that you feel that you need to take, they're like, listen here, you got to center it and focus it and get to one. Hey, Kiki, do you love me? So you got to center it all down to one thing. You got divine protections for around you. You got the snake energies too. That's to me represented like divine, or like the Kundalini activation as well. So you got that kind of like the power. It's got your back with that protective spirit. In order for you to have a never ending story for the divine masculine energies, again, you got to end this conflict that you have here, but you got to look at other sources and other ways to find your exit strategy to whatever you're experiencing, divine masculine. And you got to put a depth to this conflict that you have as far as that, so you can be able to stop this never ending story that you experience when it comes to love. Okay. So now let's look and see about what's happening in your thinking. Clear. What's happening with your thinking? So today they told me to switch up the cards. Okay, so for the divine feminine, and what's up with your thinking for the divine masculine. Come on. There we go. Okay, for the divine feminine energies. Woo wee. All right, all right, all right. Queen of Earth. Okay, so when I look at this here, we got Queen of Love. Hey, hola. I meant to be on here earlier, Jupiter 1111, but my air conditioning, you can see my hair is like, help me, Jesus. The air conditioning went out over here, and it's hot in this shot. I said, oh my Jesus, I got to get that fixed. Hey, Desiree, hey, sis, what's happening? So here we got the Queen of Earth here, which again to be is like you're trying to be cool here while you got these boundaries that you got here, okay, as well. But I don't like all this graffiti that's on this wall here, but the graffiti is supposed to be something that's shown here. And you're getting pleasure while you got up on the wall. Some of you all, this never ending in the story. You are finding, because that's the overall thing. You got your back against the wall here. And that's interesting that she's got this like hunter hat on as well. And so I'm being drawn by that, like you being out there on the safari in the jungle. Like the world is a jungle. We know this. And you got this graffiti on the wall, and most of the time usually they use the graffiti to make where you are pretty, or they're trying to tag it, or they're trying to, most of the time when they're doing graffiti, sometimes artists is like they trying to tag their property. So where you are, you feeling as if that is to tell where you are. This is what I'm picking up, because it's a jungle out there. You've been doing hunting, especially with this never ending story. So that's how you feel like it. Some of you are saying, I feel like I'm hunted, which is interesting that you have here, but you're trying to, find pleasure in what's going on with you. Okay, this is what I'm intuitive. This is the earth. So that means being right here in the 3D. This is what you're dealing with. This is what I'm picking up. For the divine feminine energies that you have right here, I have the moon. So again, to me, she's got this stance here, which is interesting that she's got this burlesque thing here. So I'm feeling some really like sexual energies, which is to me is being very sensual with who you are. Some of them are saying, I'm picking up this saying you might have to kind of show some skin. Because again, we got this moon here. What's the illusion of how you actually being able to see yourself in this is like a town, which is mean in this 3D world that you're in. How are you seeing? Are you paying attention to the illusions? Are you letting people say what they see? They determine who you are with where you are in your location of things. This burlesque show, like again, you might have to kind of reveal some of yourselves, your vulnerabilities too, as well, as far as what we're talking about, ending this never ending story. These are some of the actions that they're telling you to. So you got to kind of look at seeing how people viewing you, take a look at that, and how you viewing yourself. So how people looking at you, because the moon, everybody can see. And how are you viewing yourself? Have you been playing the burlesque show, showing some skin when maybe you shouldn't be showing skin? This is what I'm picking up. And this is in the 3D as far as where you are in your location. Okay. Next thing you have is the stars. So what I'm seeing here is I always talking about this merry-go-round, the roller coaster ride here. And you know what? And I'm looking at her, and she's got such a look of being happy. But when I look at this looks like a mask. So are you masking your emotions, especially while you're going on this never-ending ride? Because some of you are saying this is like a damn roller coaster ride that I can't get off. I've been strapped in. I go up, I go down. It's got these loop-de-loops. I'm losing my mind, but at the same time, I'm having the thrills and chills as I'm going with this. So the keys to union is saying here, watch how you aiming for the stars, but at the same time, watch are you masking your emotions in the process, because this looks like a mask to me. That's the first thing that I got drawn to for this one. Okay. In the stars, I heard the confirmation. Let me put my thing on. I heard something. I heard a notification. Let me turn it up on that one. So yeah, you say, yeah, there's some truth to that on that one. And I can turn this one up. Both of them got it. Okay. This is something we got to pay attention to. Divine feminist. Ooh, you got a lot. Jesus Christ. Divine feminist, you want to have justice about this thing here, but you got your crown chakra covered up. A lot of crown activities as well with this. Look like you're trying to really honor traditions, because I think this was, I don't want to mispronunciate what this covering that it is from the Middle Eastern cultures as well. But this is interesting. You're standing behind this as well. And it's like, I'm seeing it, but I'm kind of scared to see it. This justice as far as ending, how we're going to end this never ending story, because that's our overall energies of being tired and worn out. And we're getting justice for this. But at the same time, we're like trying to honor our traditions, our culture, honoring what's happening in the world. And sometimes in getting justice, this might be getting in the way, because I keep on getting drawn to saying cultures, traditions. And we're not seeing the whole picture because of this honoring of this. This is what I'm picking up. Divine feminists, they say to kind of take a look at that. What are you traditionally hooked on to? We got the next thing, which we have is a hermit. Okay, so again, you going off, they saying for this never ending story. This is interesting, the hermit, which means we know traditionally when we talk about hermit, going off to be to ourselves. But to me, it was interesting. Jupiter 1111 had told me to look at, I did look at the young lady. I did for a little while, then I stopped because I didn't want to be influenced by what she was saying on the reading. I seen it afterwards after I did my channel message. And I said, oh my God, we were kind of pretty much resonating the same thing. We were parallel to each other. This, I call this beauty and the beast. Looking at going off to yourself and really handling this beast within, this monster, because we got a beauty in the beast side, just like the young lady has said in the reading. We do, and I've been saying that all along. That we have that beauty and beast, and a lot of times we like, no, it's the damn ass, and he the one the beast. I'm the beauty. I know I said that for a while, and I said, hold on a second, I got some ugly parts too. So you're going off to yourself to deal with this, because then you see this is some mountains, some things you're gonna have to try, some trials and tribulations that you got to conquer, because this is in front of this person, this thing, this creature, which means you're going towards this. So, but you're going to take some, here's some wands, which means you're going to take some action in doing that. So you got to take, in order for this never ending story, you're going to have to look at the ugly parts of you. Look at seeing what did I contribute for me to be up in this never ending story. Okay. As well. It looks like it's almost like a volcano. Something about erupting and coming out there too. The next one is the Chariot. So when I look at this, this looks like I don't know why this looks like, but this looks like a although it's a camera, but you know what I'm seeing this here, and I know you say, well, I do have the McNealy cards out. This looks like a person's in the right here, the vagina, the opening to me, and how are you stroking yourself, which means how you're pleasuring yourself to be able to have this chariot, which is this change. Because see, you're looking at this thing saying there's a never ending story according to source, but they're saying at the same time, what action? This is like lights, camera, and action. Again, it's going back to illusion. How are you viewing things? What are you taking the pictures? The pictures is 1,000 words. What kind of words or narratives are you using? I'm thinking about April Williams to describe what's actually going on. Are you looking at it from a point of pleasure instead of looking like, woe is me? Here we go through this again with this twin flames journey. Are you really looking at seeing about the beast thing too? What beast mode you in? Beast mode could also be, I'm picking this up saying you're in beast mode to be able to conquer, take action to take conquer these mountains as well. But it's saying again, what's the picture? What's the picture you're trying to paint? This is what I'm picking up intuitively, to be able to say, oh, you know what? I'm still having pleasure in this never end the story. We're forgetting about that. Okay, that's what's going to be able to help to make this change. Because to me, when I looked at it, it looks like a person just trying to finger themselves. I'm sorry, but this is a over 18 reading. That's what it looks like to me when I see it. Okay. The next thing we have here for the divine masculine, he's like, I just got one card. Y'all got all that issues over there going over there. Divine masculine energy says right here we have the fire. Actions, divine masculine for you energies. You got this never ending story. This is the overall energies. Spirit is asking you, in order for you to stop this, the overall never ending story, you got to watch your actions. Some of you are speaking of pleasure. The divine feminine is pleasuring herself, and this, the divine masculine, is looking for everybody else to give him pleasure. So in your actions and creating this never ending story, you need the divine source wants you to stop looking at how you allow other people to give pleasure to you, especially emotionally, because this is a whole bunch of feminines here. And some of them you allowing to do this. This is, I get people pleasing, and I get them being a parasite card. I'm feeling off of this too. They're sucking your energy as well. You got to watch that, especially if you are having, you taking action and you letting all these feminine energies, feminine females, human females, or feminine energies tap into you, and they're sucking you dry. This is what it's saying here, because you look like you're tired. You're like, I'm just here. Okay. So this is something. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Benita. So this is something that you all have got to kind of keep in mind here. Divine masculine energies. What actions are you taking that you're allowing other people to please you, because this, whatever it's doing, according to source, this is creating this never-ending story. So I'm like a thing, like my divine master sent me that Batman and Robin slap. Soup. I'm giving you the spiritual slap, the sunshine slap. Snap out of it. Get out of it, because this is not helping you about this. Some of this looks like addictions too, as far as sexually as well. So you got to watch that as well. Okay. All right. We talked about the actions that spirit said they want you to check. Now let's look at your heart space. Let's look and see about that. Clear. Divine feminine. Divine masculine. Divine masculine, I ain't got a lot to talk. Say divine feminine, you got a lot. Shut up. Don't be talking about this. Don't be talking about this. You worry about what's happening on your side of the cars or the spread. You stay in your lane. Okay. So now with the divine feminines, your thing in your heart space, if you got to give in order to stop this never ending story, you got to get death to scratchy. That means you got to take names, take no prisoners, take names later. Shoot to kill and get names and everything later on. You got to cut your harvest, some things here. This is like what that's the sheath or whatever it is called that you use to cut your harvest that does no longer suit you. That's again, that was brought up by the Gemini and the Gemini energies we're in now in the Sagittarius moon, where you got to deal with that duality. Okay, that's what the spirit is saying about you to end this never ending story today. Again, look at your sheaf, look at your harvest. They saying it's time. You got this here. But this hard time they tell me too as well is we're talking about divine timing. Yeah, and you got to respect that. So they're saying right now, don't worry about it. Do the work of getting rid of these things, bringing death to things, and then leave about the timing thing behind you. Let divine timing handle itself. Okay. So again, there's some things, there's some people, there's a skulls here you got to kind of get rid of. And you got these arrows here, which lets me know again, this is going by the Sagittarius moon energy, which is you got to get laser beam and laser focus, like the target sign. In the background here is saying, you know what, resource is saying this is always running in the background. This is like a script, you know, like a script or like a ticker taper down at the bottom. It's like this is always when you watch news, it's always running. This is always running. This is what they're showing me codes like on computer. You can't see that. If I turn this thing here and I sit another function here, I can see all the codes that's being running behind the computer, the screen that's making everything happen. Me be able to do this and you see this and comments up there. And so you'll be able to see all those different things. So this is it. They're saying what's happening behind the scenes. Okay. And you got these birds wanting to ascend. This to me is like right now, that ain't what you're supposed to be focused. Because again, this is happening behind you. Right now, your focus is your name. You need to get into Kill Bill mode. We killing up folks up in here because this stuff has got to stop, especially with this never end story. You're tired. We got to get rid of that stuff. You want to also with you got this King of Wands. This is actions again, merging both of the energies. This is what Spirit is saying. They want you to merge both the energies. Both of you all got the boots of walking card on. So in your thinking and in your emotions, you're ready to walk. And you need to cover yourself here, which is in authority. This is in gold here. Okay. Even they got hoods on here. I'm being drawn by these hoods still, which is to kind of cloak and cover yourself spiritually as well. That's something that you have to keep in mind. But notice both of them are naked. We're still vulnerable. We might be standing in our authority, but we're still vulnerable. Okay. That's how you're going to do that never ending story. Next thing you have here, which is 8 of chalices. In order for you to have this never ending story, you got to deal with this push and pull here, this thing here. Your emotions is like, no. And your thinking is like, yes. Or we could take a 3D version. That's the 5D version. In the 3D version, your divine masculine energies is like, I'm ready, take me. And then the 3 and your divine feminine energy is like, no, not yet. I ain't quite finished. I still got one more thing to do. Or I don't trust you. Let's keep it 100 here. I don't trust you. Okay. So this is causing for you to have that push and pull as well. That's adding on to the never ending story. Spirit say they want you to deal with that so you can be able to blossom and bloom something new. Also, you have here, because you have one card, this is yours. Also, you have here is becoming vulnerable. Your divine masculine energies within you is ready to kind of strip and become vulnerable. Say, let's take all this off in your emotions. Let's get bare. Your divine feminine energies is, kind of keeping still things on here. What they're saying is, to me, when I see everything that's covering in the rooted area, that means, and this is blue, get your communications together. How are you communicating that you want this? In the verbally or non-verbally. Face says it all, you know. You have to, face says it all. My DM say it all the time. What's the problem? I like nothing but your face is going like we're not speaking on one accord. The truth is slanted here as far as our actions about what we want. We got our own slant to things, which means we got our own excuse to things. And we seeing it's got the snake there, so something has got to be molted. We got to get rid of that skin that we're in, that persona, that identity that we have. We got to get rid of that in order for we to have that. Okay, for the divine masculine energies here, we have here, as we lay, we forgot about tomorrow as we lay. Hey, hey, hey. We forgot about the coast. But instead, we got lost in the second, in the minute, in the hour as we lay. So right here, what we have here is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so now we're looking at this 3D action here. In order for us to for the never ending story, we got to think about again, what is the cost as far as us in the 3D? Because according to this, you got a lot of conflicts and things you got to get rid of, divine masculine, with them, especially with these people that are using you. You being used. Again, the energies, you looking at other outside people to pleasure you. However, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about this never ending story. They want you to get crystal clear. This is what they're saying about the cost and laying as we lay with having other people. They want you to become very comfortable with the idea of divine masculine, that you choosing the one in the 3D. This is what I'm picking up. It's like the curtains are being drawn, sunlight, no more in the darkness about this love. It's truly having this connection. It's this trinity that's being shown here. Spirit, soul, and body. The spirit as well. You got the trinity as well as the alignment of all these energies, divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy, and then their spirit. You have also, they got three things that they want you to pay attention to as far as in the candles of keeping the passion lit, which will be your solar plex, your roots, and also your heart chakra. Okay, so in your, not your solar plex, I'm sorry, reverse that. The orange, your sacral. That means how are you, all this is going to help to create the connection. So in order to have you this never end the story, they want you to take a look at how are you connecting with others, divine masculine. How is that also you creating a new, manifesting something new with that coming together of different energies. They want you to look at how you grounded and rooted in some things. That means your ideology, your concepts, your thinking, and also your family, your roots as well, family ideologies, so how they're thinking about coming together and what connections mean. And then they also want you to look at your heart chakra. Look at all those three things. Go to ethereal sources 777. Cindy talking about candles here. She has things of business where she does candles as well. Make sure that you use that because sometimes you have candles that help you to light. It's nothing but a physical manifestation to remind you about lighting or igniting or manifesting those things in life. So she's got plenty of candles there. You can ask her about. She's got something for the heart chakra, something for the root chakra, and something definitely for the sacral. She's got all those different candles there. Hit her up there as well. That's just nothing but just a thing to kind of remind you of things. Okay, so that's in your heart space. What's happening karmically? What is these lessons that you're supposed to be learning by being in this? What are the lessons? see, 40. That's my usual time. This might be the overall energy clear. What are the lessons? Divine Feminine. These cards are slick. They're runaway cards. Okay. Woohoo. Okay. What we have here for the Divine Feminine here is two never-ending story. We've got to watch. Some of us have with the Divine Masculine. These are karmic. So in both of you all's karmic energy, this is in your karmic energy. Divine Feminine, you're in your thinking, you got an issue with management of money. Something about the money. Either money ain't coming, money is funny, something of that. Okay. Divine Feminine in your energies, as far as Divine Feminine in your emotions. You feel like you is saying this, and so excuse me again, this comes with that burlesque again, you're feeling as if you are vulnerable, but it's like a showy vulnerable. It's not really authentic. It's burlesque, which means it's like I'm doing vulnerability according to society's standards, but I'm not really getting really down to the bare bones of it. You know, it's just like surface cleaning. I remember Kathy D talked about that. A grandmother was like, okay, what kind of cleaning you want? Round cleaning, or you want four corners cleaning? And she's like, well, what that mean? Well, I'm just kind of just doing around. I'm just doing surface cleaning. You know, I do the chakra cleaning, and I let whatever the Reiki cleaning. Okay, that's nice, but you ain't get down into that. So, like, really, like, let's do some childhood wounds, or let's really see about what's making us ugly. That beast card that we was talking about here. Determine what we got to go off. This is what spirit wants you to do. Okay, you're looking at two areas. You got to watch that. Okay, and then the other card that came out with this in your karma, you got to watch as far as how you putting. You got like a little tower moment here. Something, the tower moment that happened that's in the past, because it's behind him. Okay. And every time when I look at this, I think about Father Time, but it's like taking action. That this is how I look at it. Father Time, taking action, and also allowing yourself to kind of take the light to path the way. Karmically, we say, well, what's the karma got to do with it? Because it's lessons, it's past lessons that you've learned from your towers. This looks like a towers here. And so this is helping you about this never ending story. So you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself and looking into this. Okay. Look at how Father Time again, because something about you this time, it came up already in here. It's about leaving up the divine timing, and you not leaving it up to divine timing is putting you in this energy of having a never ending story. Okay. So you got to take action. You got to let those towers that happened in the past, leave it in the past. For the divine masculine here, for this ever-ending story, Source wants you to think about how are you really standing in your truth. You're saying you're vulnerable. You're almost the same thing like the divine feminine. In your emotions, you're saying you're vulnerable. You feel like you're standing in your truth, but you're sitting pretty about it. And it's showy too. It's burlesque again too, as well for you. How you're presenting. But to me, again, is that this karma thing, when I'm looking at it, it's like I'm pretty, like it's like a hey boy, come on, come and get it. So it's still like a sexual thing. You still open yourself up for the wrong. It's like a person coming in there, and I got a short dress on, all my cleavage is out. And of course, I can't get upset when people hollering at me because I'm dressed a certain way or I'm presenting myself a certain way. So to me, it's like it's saying, I'm picking up from this card, it's like you're inviting that type of energy in. You think you're standing in your truth. And plus I'm seeing sheets here too. So this looks like bed sheets. So it's like in your promiscuity, in your emotionally, in your manhood, in between the seats, in sexuality. They're saying whatever it is, it's not good. You using your body, how you present yourself. your persona, or this of charisma, air, or whatever it is there for you to be thinking to kind of get your way here. It is sitting pretty. It's not, this is not your true self. You got the curtains there, and it's interesting. It's got all this red here, so they want you to really truly get grounded and rooted in that. You got a false sense of what's your truth. This is not the truth. She almost look like, you know what? When I look at this, look like, I don't know what I'm looking at. This it look like she's got a costume on here, like, you know, you got a costume like you got the head of the lamb, and it's like a really a wolf in sheep's clothing, whatever it is like you're trying to pretend like you're innocent in it, and it's like you're not. It's like, I don't know why it looks like she's got the costume top of a costume head of a lamb. I know you say you getting deep now, but that's what I'm saying. So you're trying to act vulnerable and like you don't feel like I'm a lamb asleep, going a lamb to slaughter, and but at the same time, it's the way you presenting yourself. That's all I'm saying, divine masculine energies. That's what it's saying. That's almost, we almost went into the what's happening with the shadow self, but I'll go into and delve into it. How we doing? Yeah, clear. I even went to the overall energies of this week. This week is kind of deep. Divine feminines, woo! Somebody nervous. I had to put somebody on the spot. He's like, oh my God, she done struck a nerve with me. Jesus. She done struck a nerve. Whoever this is, I'm time jumping. She done struck a nerve. I don't know about her. Here we go. Divine feminines, this is your shadow. This is what you got to deal with in Christ is stopping this never ending story. Giving you the keys today, which is hiding your true self. You're in two different directions. I told you this is going by the Gemini energies that we have, and that's why again that Sagittarius moon came in, because it's saying, okay, get everybody, get all your ducks in a row, get yourself back into alignment, because you're going in two different directions. So you got to, and she's wearing the color red here, which means you got to get grounded and rooted. You're hiding yourself, you're covering anytime, sometimes like this, hooded, and another type of cards. I got this, the light seers, yeah, seers tarot. They're saying that's deception. So you're deceiving yourself here. Okay. You also, in order for you to get out of this never ending story, you got to stop tying yourself back to the past. That came out earlier. You want to sin. You got this again, these illusions. You got to move into the intuition and awareness according to source. You holding on to old loves. Back there in 1996, he gave me some roses, and that's about the only time I got some roses from my DM. Okay, well, it's time to let it go. Okay, you got to move into this newness here that we have here, and that's going to stop the never ending story. Again, what else is contributing to you and your shadow self is that you feel like you, that's, but this, no, this new down there, you're alone in the world. And what I'm picking up intuitively, you're right, you're supposed to be working on yourself alone for a while there. You know, this is self-worth. Again, twin flame journey is about self-discovery. This is an inner journey, and the inner journey means that you can't be doing this holding hands. Okay, with your emotions and your divine counterparts emotions. So you trying on different personas. Spirit is saying stop trying on different personas and just be true and be you. Okay, and you got to walk out your foundational structures is, because anytime I see pillars here, this represents foundation. So your spirit is saying this is before you. They want you to start concentrating, although you're turning your head, about the trinity again: spirit, soul, and body. Divine feminine, divine masculine, and you, source in the middle. That's holding it up. That's gonna stop that never ending story. I won't cry for you. What I picked up, as soon as I picked up this card for you, divine masculine energies, and stop trying to act like you hard. Stop trying to act like you hard. Go on ahead and cry. That's the first thing when I picked up there. Like, stop worrying about a society type. If I cry, this is I'm a cry baby. Stop worrying about, you know, what is the aftermath of you showing your emotions about different situations. You know, for me, when I look at this, every time when I look at this card here, my heart pours out, because I can feel like the divine master is like saying, I don't want this energy. But they keep on coming to me, because again, you present yourself like this. Come get it, boys. Come get it, girls. This is the energy that you're showcasing to people, but you're saying this is not me. Okay, so you saying, and then so you try to get this tough guy exterior. Well, I ain't gonna cry about it, Yeah, that happened to me, but I'm all right. You all right, man? Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, you ain't bother me. You ain't bother me. When she left you, yeah, you don't mind. And she took the kids too and the house. Yeah, you don't bother me. I'm gonna give me another one. I always got me another one in the stable. Don't worry about it. I got another one in the stable. And it's and behind closed doors, and they just are hurting. They just hurting. You saying I don't want to get to this point that you at the point that you like Jesus Christ in the Garden of Gethsemane, that it's like you so nervous you start shedding blood vessels. You that stressed out that you at this point you like I don't want to do that. I'll never my motto is never see you let them see you sweat. No, I ain't doing that. And Spirit is saying, in order for you to have that never end the story, it's good to cry. It's good to cleanse. Crying is good for the soul. It releases things. Let it go. You might be able to empty yourself out emotionally, and you'll be able to get the information that you need. You need to be able to heal from this energies here. Okay. I don't know why I say it in reverse. That's a kind of interesting perspective that they're. I'm not even gonna say that because I don't know how to even say it right. To you all that it's like, why would that even come to me as mind? It's like sometimes maybe these situations is coming here. Well, I guess so. It's always, I call it a necessary evil. These situations come because of them sucking you dry and trying to get something emotionally from you from this card. Is because it's trying to help you to understand to get rid of that emotions. They're doing it. The situation is trying to suck out the emotions out of you because they know that something about you is not right and you need to get rid of the emotions. But it's like an unnecessary, it's like an attacky way that it's happening. I know it's deep. I'm going beyond, but that's what it's saying. It's like it's necessary. They're coming as a reminder. Thank you. They're coming as a reminder that you got to get these emotions out of, although they're sucking the emotions out of you, all the good stuff out of you. But it's saying they're sensing it's something within you that you need to get rid of emotionally. They're just going about it the wrong way. Okay, that's another way of putting it. Okay, so for the divine feminine energies, what needs to change in order for you to have this never ending story? Gracefully aging, which means gracefully aging means to me is another thing is to say you need to mature. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to grow up, put your big panties on, and get to stepping. Stop crying about this. What happened back there in 1995? The only bouquet of roses that you got from the DM, that's over with. You got time all mentioned here. Father Time then showed up here. It was time and one in the back of this here, like they're saying about leaving it up to divine timing. Some of you are what I'm picking up very strongly is again, you got this direct zoom in on about this time. Forget about the time. Whenever he shows up, it will be the right time. Look at my channel message that I talked to you all about going on. Somebody's beating on the downbeat and they shouldn't be. I forgot what it was. That's what Spirit told me. And I talked about you don't want, there will be no wine before this time. You don't want to have undeveloped wine because you grab the grapes off the vine too early. Okay, so my thing is you want to let him go on ahead and him or she or whatever is resonate because we know that they come in different forms. As it could be a feminine, a female, human female, or with a divine masculine energies, and vice versa. Okay, so my thing is you don't want them to come up and they're not ready. They say you need to also change your family dynamic as well. Okay, your family changes need to change again, such as who do you consider to be your soul family? Who are you connecting with? Are they really helping you to elevate and go to the next level? Some of these comments we talked about in previous channel messages that I've had on my channel. We talked about how these friends is around there like friends. How many of us have them? Friends. So now you got friends that's out there that some of them don't need to be your friends because they keeping you down into that. And I think we had that discussion and talking about on the Sunshine Circle about how they pretty much when we talk about karmas, how they really keeping them there. Like they don't want to see them that crab in the barrel mentality. I don't want to see you succeed because I didn't succeed. And so they keep on pulling them down. Okay. And so that's the type of friends they're hanging around, and some of us are hanging around those people that don't really understand our journey. You can keep the friends that say, I respect it, I don't really understand it, but I'm not going to knock your hustle and flow about it either. And so it's like, okay, well, I can keep you. I got some friends that's on Facebook. Some of them, I guess, while they doing this isolation, they sitting up there talking about, now, if you see this post and you give me a heart or you say something on here, I'm going to keep you. If I don't get no response from you, I'm about to edit you out my Facebook. Okay, thank you. I'll change around here. I'm about to take you off of my thing. You about to go because we can't be no friends on this. And so there's some of them that's at that point that's that you got to do, like Facebook friends. Okay, if I don't hear from you, you ain't been there for me when I need you. When I tell you who I am, a twin flame, I'm very highly spiritual, and you looking at me and you got the eyebrow raised. Okay, you going off the list by next one. Family, also family members, your family dynamics. How are you adapting family ideologies and concepts about relationships and how you're connecting to other things? They're keeping you in that never ending story as well. You got to think about letting that go as well. That's what we talk about, these family changes, because in order for you, I forgot to read the things, this is the chakra they got here as well. We got the how are you sacral, relating other people, when you talk about maturing and putting your big girl panties on, because that's, you got to follow your bliss. Your bliss is going to open you up. Somebody got to release something because I feel like I got to belch. And then also, yep, somebody got to release something. And then you also have, excuse me, that's a big release. And then you also have the color brown, which means elimination. So you got to eliminate some things so you can be able to mature. Same thing about this family dynamic. In order for you to follow your bliss, you got to transform yourself. Also, here's this color orange again, the sacral. Again, how you connecting to other people, how you manifesting things. And in the back of it is, again, you got your heart chakra, so the desires of your heart, but you also have, when you open up these family changes that you make and you let that blossom and bloom, you got some other things that's waiting to bloom as well. So it's like you got to open this up in order to gain access to this. You're going to have to get rid of some of this families dynamics, the way they think, family members, soul family, family of friends, Facebook family, Instagram family. Some of those things you're going to have to look at. Okay. And then also for the divine masculine. Woo! Now this time you up there talk about us, you got a lot on your side. Divine masculine, adult children. Some of them got some adult children that's holding them back. And this is the way in order of how you're communicating this verbally and non-verbally about these adult children that, you know, they look like they blocking you from getting your bliss because you haven't truly, this is pink color, you haven't opened up yourself. So you got to deal with these adult children. Some of them is kind of still holding on to you. And, you know, I heard when they say you have children, you know, and they leave the house, there goes the karma. The karma is broken then. Some of you all talk about adult children. To me, I look at this as saying, as far as how you maturing as well. This is interesting how they're like mirroring each other. It say gracefully age for the divine feminine, but then it's talk about adult children. So which makes me think about that movie Tyrese, where it said baby boy. How many of you all, thank you, Raphael is clarifying about that. How many of the men is walking around here, again, the human males as divine masculines are walking around here that we know of, they're supposed to be a man, but they still acting like they're a boy. Okay, a man, as they call man child. You haven't truly grown up. You thinking that you're communicating it. You thinking that how you connecting to other people, you're doing that. And you're thinking how you manifested things that you're doing that as well. But again, in the background here, your bliss is in the background. You're not even paying attention to that, and you haven't really fully grown to that. So you've got to work on that. Also, divine masculine here, energies we're talking about, it says windfall. You can't see it because I got the light. You got windfall. I got to keep it this way. Your windfall. That means how spiritually, you know, like you say, rain down on you. Rain down on me. Rain upon me. Rain on me. Hey. I love that SWV song. How you allowing things to kind of just win by happenstance and let things just rain and bless you as well. You got all these other people taken from you, but it seems like to me you have a misunderstanding on how to receive things when it comes from a spiritual aspect, divine masculine. So that's keeping you also in the never-ending story as well. And then it's saying be true to you. Again, this goes back to this. You showing the number come here, but you don't want the attention that you're getting. But it's like, okay, you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You want this again to be true to yourself. So again, how you they want you to look at to stop that never end the story of people attacking you and getting into you because of the persona, like I'm the man, or I'm the boss, or I'm the shit, or I'm all this stuff, and you don't like how they're coming at you, but it's the way you're presenting yourself, divine masculine. I'm not trying to be snappy and nasty about it, but my thing is you've got to watch the image. Your PR, like my mom says about my dad, your PR is strong. My dad was alive. You know, people thought dad was one way, and behind the scenes, dad was totally different. Like, I don't like it. What? Oh, okay. I thought you liked him. Yeah, I just get around to get along, but mm-mm. He had two different personas that he would show people in public, and the one he would show mom and I. Two different things. So you got to be true to yourself. You got to watch your connections with other people. You got to think about how you're standing in your power when it's other people. Are you doing that false thing, cussing folks out on the job, but you ain't really, you ain't about that. But behind the scenes, like I said about my DM, this is soft, it's a teddy bear. As soon as you get somebody say something on the job to you, you're like, what motherfucker did that? I thought, hold on, how the heck you switching gears like this? I mean, this don't, okay, whatever. You need to be able to do that because you need to blossom and open yourself up into your own bliss. Okay. And then also, this is with finally a bliss gives bloom and harvest to you being able to stand truly in your power. That's why you need to do that. Okay. Well, you need to surrender. This is going longer than I thought. If this is me, it's, every time I do these lives, y'all push me to an hour. I'm like, I just want to be on here. I was thinking about this 20 minutes. That don't happen. The spirit's like, y'all need to have this. I think this is the overall energy. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. I was going to do the current energies. I don't think it needs to be this because it looks like spirit keeps on saying, this is y'all's story. Y'all keep on saying this is never end story. You're tired. So source is like, okay, well, let me give you the keys and say what you need to look at in order for you to start saying, I'm tired about things. So you need to surrender. Divine feminines, you need to surrender your need to always be right. That's true. I had a conversation with a divine feminine energies, and no matter if it's housed in the divine feminine, in a human female or a male, human male, and told them they had to kind of fix some things, and I was like, "Woo, why did I do that?" Kind of came at me in an interesting way, but not in a nasty way. And I was like, okay, but I'm telling you, this is what Spirit told me, And then after we got into the conversation, they understood that, like, okay, I can maybe see what you're talking about. See, but the first glance or first hearing, we jumped into this energy is I'm right emotionally. That's the divine feminine energies in our emotions. Now I'm right because I know X, Y, and Z. So they're saying give the gift in order for you to have this never end story. Give others the gift of letting them be right, be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflict and improve your relationship. That even goes with the divine masculine. Not even just listen to advice, but that's even going with the divine masculine energies as far as now when you don't know what he did to me. He did X, Y, and Z, and I would never forgive him. Okay, well then again, there goes that energy. And I told you practicing unconditional love. That is a big thing that you have to look at as far as am I truly practicing unconditional love? You have surrendered the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Some of you all might be, I'm picking up that you're in your own karmic situation. Some of you all, that's a never ending story that you've got to release. And you're thinking maybe if I stay in it, they might get fixed. Another part of you all, again, when you're thinking about the divine masculine, you're thinking about, oh, well, if I do the work on my end and I send it over to him, that's going to change him. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100 on here. And that's going to cause him to drop the karmic, drop that zero, get with this hero. And I'm telling you, it ain't about that. It's not. I'm in auntie mode today. It's not about this. This is not about that at all. Doing that fixing for him. Fix your own self. According to this, you got a lot of stuff that you got to deal with. And these cards have been saying that. I'll stop the never end the story, according to source. For the divine masculine, saying that you're not really able to surrender. They say surrender to the wonder and awe. It said the reason why you're not able to do this because you got things like this distractions where everybody's always pulling on you, wanting something from you. And then also because how you are and presenting yourself, you don't really know what is really the true beauty that's out there. Not booty, but beauty that's out there. Now, I'm getting the booty. And so I don't know what the true beauty is. And so you got to really understand, like, really the natural beauty of things. I'm making jokes, but it is. It's not about the booty, will be the physical, the 3D things about everybody saying, oh, she got a nice, big, fat, round ass and all that stuff. It ain't about that. It's about also looking at the person, what they present inside of themselves. That's what the true beauty is. The wonder and awe about things, about your divine feminines. Because a lot of times the divine feminines come in something way different than what you've always been used to dating or being with. So again, you got to open the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder and all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Talked about that yesterday. Keys. This is extending over what I talked about yesterday about getting into the ecstasy. If you did not watch that, and I seen a lot of y'all, I'm gonna give y'all. A lot of y'all did not watch that. You need to go back and watch that and see what they're saying about how you can get into the ecstasy of things. Okay, that this is extension, divine masculine energy. That's everybody because we house that in. And then also they say surrender outdated belief systems yourself. Let go and limiting ideas where we at. Okay, about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your own power and soar in your own life. This again, you know, where when I'm in this board, I get people to give me money. I get, you know, I get watch it. Ooh, whoever this it got a foul mouth. Say they calling him a nice garden tool. No, we don't call them on this show. That so watch it. Divine masculine energy that stepped up. Like, you know, I get them to give me money, you know, and you know, I just be working them, you know, those kind of things. Well, you know, that could go for so long. You know, looks when you get older, that trick ain't gonna work all of the time. So, you know, whatever you have been doing in order to get your way like this and sitting pretty, which you didn't have to work for anything, which kept you in that baby boy, the man child thing here. If I pout and look cute, say sweet things. What's that movie that was with Samuel L. Jackson? And he went home with Ruby D. And he would dance. He like, I need some money. And Samuel Jackson would be dancing for it. Ruby D like, oh man, the Reverend is in. The Reverend is praying now. He like, but Mama, I need some money. And he was on drugs. What was that? I know somebody know that is. It was that Jungle Fever. And he was like, but I need some drugs. And so he would be dancing for him to get his way. And she said, okay, all right then. She would make him dance so she could give him money. She would go in the cookie jar and go give him some money because he would dance for that. So again, in order for you to be able to have that, you got to make sure that you're being true to yourself, especially when we talked about that man child. Some kind of way you're using your ways to get things to happen. Okay, let's look at what is the energies the source wants you to move towards in order to get out of this never-ending story. Clear. They want you to move into. Woo, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, you fell over, so I'm gonna let it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh Lord, you going to where you want to go. Okay. I'm not gonna argue with spirit. That don't work out. I can tell you that don't work out. We ain't gonna do that today. All right, divine feminine, you got a lot for the conversation, but the divine masculine got something else say, like we playing cards. I got you. I got a full house. Yeah. Let me show these cards. Let me see if I can fan it out so you can see. These some good cards here, divine feminine. We got one reversal. Divine feminine, the energies that they want you to move into is Four of Wands. That means beating to your own tambourine. Forget about the three ring circus that's going on here. That three, whatever's the karmic energies for yourself, karmic energies for the divine master. Forget about that. Okay. They want you to be able to move into this energy, like laugh, have fun, get into your highest form here. And this is sin to the top here. And just laugh about life, okay? Just be more lighthearted. That's why I feel like the lighthearted card here. Center yourself and just see yourself and get into your bliss, into your joy, okay? They also want you to get this. This is this trinity again, this three of cups energies. Again, to me, when I see this three of cups, like give it your family. They say about out there in family, like find you the right friends to hang out with, okay? That you all like that. I think about the show Girlfriends, my girlfriend, whatever, Golden Girls or whatever like that. Get into that thing and find you the right people to hang out with. This is what I say. So you can form that community and that support system. If you do that, that's a shameless plug. Make sure you should become a member of the Sunshine Circle. For you all, we meet on Wednesdays and Fridays. And that's a good support way for you to find you a soul family. We had a new member that joined yesterday. And she's like, I've never had this synergy experience. Now, y'all can talk about that over there and watch the chat here because they're going to tell you about it. She said, I never have seen such synergy. You all have truly a family aspect. And she said, I have never have experienced that. Y'all better talk it up, those members in the Sunshine Circle. Say, tell them that I'm telling the truth. That I ain't sitting up here lying on that. She said, I never experienced that. You need to have that synergy. I keep pushing this, and Jubilee 1111 say that all the time. I love her to death. Say that you are not, and I don't care if the numbers is going down because I'm talking about that because you should have stayed on here so you can be a part of understand about that. But my thing is that you need that support right now. You need somebody else to kind of help push you along as well. They want to move you into this lovers too. So the lovers here is again having a lover is not for the outside because the spirit keeps on saying stop looking on the outside. Means a lover of yourself. This is for the lover in you. This ring. Ending that cycle. That's what that ring is again. So we start loving new because this time is going to be forever. The feminine energy and the masculine energies here. That's interesting that the masculine energies is in the darkness again. So that means to me getting okay with your light and your shadow and finding and being in love with that. Okay. Next thing for the divine ones, I know I'm running over because I went into my little chat. With for the divine master and queen of cups. That means you really in your emotions, really being able to have ownership of that cup of love that you're having. That you're not in king status, you ain't moving off of it, but you're saying, I know I got this cup of love. I know what I want to do with it. I got plans with this cup of love. I know I own it because I'm seeing this crown here is like barely, it's almost right there. We ain't quite all the way into our divinity, but we're right there. But we got ownership, and we know we have territories of things that we own, things that we know. They want you to move into that energy, especially with everything that's happened with your divine masculine. Next thing they have here is, again, King of Cups. Okay, so they want to, I got what you're saying. So this is beautiful. They want you to have a balance when it comes to this love, too, as well. You in your emotions being able to receive this love. This is this one. And then also in the King of Cups to me in your thinking, which means to me your 3D thing, as far as being able to, you talk about sitting pretty. How about you sitting in the seat of your soul? You're comfortable with this, and you're at the driver's seat, but you're comfortable in where you are. Okay, not sitting pretty, but you're comfortable. This is like I meditated. I haven't gotten into my Zen space now about where I am. Your sail, your ship or your sail is coming in. I can't see it from the backwards. But this, okay, setting sail off for like Christopher Cross here. And you're stirring things up, which means to me when I look at him like this, it's like I'm actually manifesting some things. She's bringing in the love in your emotions. And this is like I'm stirring up the love. I'm manifesting it. Okay, this is the energies they want you to be in. Oh, I know everybody going to be happy when they see this last card. Here you got here, Page of Cups. Now, to me, when I see here this Page of Cups, they want you getting this energy. Okay, we're talking about this baby boy again, energies, but we're moving into the energies of understanding that it's like it's just developing. It's not well developed as far as this love thing that we're talking about. But at the same time, you stop saying when you're looking at things, saying, it'll happen when pigs fly. You stopping that kind of like disbelief there system of saying, well, pigs fly, I'll probably be in love. Or when pigs fly, that's when I get married. You're ascending and you're releasing that idea when I always see this about this pig fly. Or, and also they're saying, I get a fork in the road, that is saying you ain't believing in the possible as well when it comes to love, this couple love. So you're really raising your standards higher, and you're looking higher for this to happen, especially even in your emotions and in your thinking. Okay. And the last card is, yay, we got the Ten of Cups. That means we didn't cycle. We didn't did everything that we're supposed to do. We want this family aspect as well. This is where they move your divine masculine energies. And you got all these cups. You done try all these cups, all these trying out with different types of love with everybody. And then you come to that final cup of love here. And to me, when I look at this, I see this is like the union here. You got this union card here because you got this rainbow. Rainbow represents union. And like it's emotionally. To me, when I look at this, it's like how you relate to others, friends, emotionally, how you emotionally tie with others or connect with others. It's from a healthy space. You to move from this, where this card at, you to move for this energies of trying to connect to people the wrong way, where they taken from you. And this one here is like it's an equal give and take. This is where you are on this one. Okay. All right. Let's see what the last words, the joke on us that they have here from Spirit, from my Rebel deck. This is a good one. I'm gonna watch this over again myself because I'm gonna take some notes because I think it's some keys in this. And if you miss out on this, it's and I'm not saying that you know, people, I'm just gonna talk about it anyway, because this is the mood I'm in today. I'm in auntie mode where I'm just not taking no prisoners on this. Is that, you know, when you say things about as far as you really saying, you know, it's good, or you really giving yourself a pat on the back, people that have to say, oh, you in ego. It's not that. You don't know people's struggle that they have been in, how far it is for them to give voice. And that's really the energies that we're in now, is to really truly give voice to what's vocalizing, what's going on with us. So it's not no, oh my God, look at her just talking about, oh my God, it was a good reading because she said so. It's not really about that at all. That's not it on that. Oh my God, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Oh my God, hold on, Jupiter. Hold on. Hold on, Jupiter, where you at? I want to see before I see. I want to see your hand on the chat there. Did she leave? Ethereal. Okay, I know Ethereal there with me, and Daisy. Hold your hat. Look at this. Look at this. I just talked about what I just talked about. What did it say? You are not being heard. I just told you that. Okay? You see this? And what did it say here? And bam, it said what? Say that shit again and louder. Go back and play this video again. Spirit just confirmed that what I said was on the phone. I'm like a person. I'm like this. I done dropped the card. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm gone. I am gone. I am gone. Spirit just confirmed that that's what he said. That's what I want. For the ones in the back, oh my God, play this over again. If you don't, I'm gonna have to put some subtext on it. You cannot miss out. If you want the keys to know how to stop that saying, woe is me, I'm tired of where I am, you need to do that. Stop. We are definitely finished. I ain't pulling out no more cards from that. Thank you for the 9 of you people who's viewing it live, and I know those of you all that's watching the playback. Thank you so very much for joining me today on my live. This is really impromptu. If you really like what you had seen, make sure that you click like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because I'm always offering up good stuff. I'm saying that. Jupiter 11 is saying that. Sunshine Circle is saying that. Just make sure you do that. If you're interested in my new thing that I have now, which is called the instant reading, if you like things how I source, you see how it taps in just like that. That's source. I give all the honor and power over to God and source for that. If you like those things, I have an instant reading there that you don't have to wait to book a reading with me. You can instantly go there to divineunisouls11.co, and you will get, I have 7 scenarios, 7 situations, and 4 solutions. You can pick any of them and do any kind of combinations from 1. You can say, I want situation 1 with solution 3. You can combine those together, and that is a way for you to get your answers to whatever questions that you have about your twin flame journey, your soulmate journey, and anything love journey. period. You'll get answers there. I'm going to later, I've been instructed to add on the McNealy version of the, and with the Kundalini twist, to add that on to the instant readings that I have as well. So that is something that I am going to actually be doing that pretty soon when it is instructed and I have time to put that in. But I got to do it because Spirit's like, when I tell you, you got to jump. So I'll be working on that. So please go over there. It's $7 for the situation reading, $4 for the solution, and then altogether it's just $11. It's just $11. You can't go anyplace else to get that. There's no other readers that I know of that's out there that's doing something that you can instantly get a reading just like that. As soon as you put in, I had somebody put in the reading at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, nah, I ain't able to give you no reading at that time. But again, they wanted some answers, and just as instantly as that, like I had made the joke, you could be at work on the toilet, taking your time out, and you say, oh, I want to read it. I can give you a reading right just like that for whatever situation that you have as far as in the love thing. Maybe when I get a little more advanced, I'll start working on this other situations like mission, work, careers, or things like that. But that's something that I have. So thank you so very much for those of you all you've been rocking with me to the end. I appreciate it so very much. And always stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Mwah. Love you. Okay, don't chew me out, sis. Okay. Y'all over here talk. What y'all? What happened here? Did y'all people? Okay. Oh my God. Wait, somebody said something? Okay, what's the after party? Y'all can leave. I'm looking at this. Now this is the after party. I'm looking at what's happening in the chat. Bye, you all. Like that. Okay, drop the mic. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Goosebumps. All right, y'all. See y'all. And those of you all in the sunshine circle, I will see y'all tomorrow. Mwah.